So there's a story I use. It actually appears both in Return of Depression Economics and in the recent long piece I wrote for the Times Magazine that I use to explain the essence of what recession is about. And it's a true story. It's something I read about in a 30-year-old paper called Monetary Theory and the Great Capitol Hill Babysitting Co-op Crisis. The story that there was something called the Capitol Hill Babysitting Co-op. Apparently it's a fairly common institution. 150 or so couples, all of whom had jobs in or around Congress, had agreed to, they were all a little short for cash, so they would do babysitting for each other. And which was good. You had people who you at least knew slightly or knew through friends who you could more or less trust, and it was a way of getting some time off. But there's always a question, how do you make sure that everybody does their fair share? Everyone does their fair share of the work of babysitting. And so, like apparently many such co-ops, they adopted a script system. They put out coupons, basically, pieces of heavy paper, each corresponding to half an hour of babysitting time. And when you joined the co-op, you received 20 coupons, and when you left, you were supposed to return 20 coupons. And every time babysitting took place, the babysittees would hand the appropriate number of coupons to the babysitters, so that there was a sort of, automatic balancing of the process. Turned out that on average, people wanted to hold a reserve of more than 20 coupons, of more than 10 hours of babysitting time, because you might want to go out several nights before you would have a chance to make up by doing some babysitting. People wanted a bigger reserve than the co-op had allowed for. And the result was that people were, on average, rather reluctant to go out and rather eager to babysit. And people were, and of course one couple's decision to go out was another couple's opportunity to babysit, which meant it was actually hard to get opportunities to babysit, and therefore hard for people to acquire more coupons, which made them even more reluctant to go out, which meant there were even fewer. So the co-op fell into a recession. That is basically what we, or at least a good fraction of economists, think a recession is basically about. The recession happens because people are trying to accumulate cash, highly liquid assets, and not willing to spend on goods, and the result is, since my purchase is your sale and vice versa, the result is a contraction in the economy as a whole. For most of my professional career, until a little over 10 years ago, I thought that the moral of that story was pretty simple. You should do what the babysitting co-op eventually did, which was to just increase the number of coupons out there, to increase the allocation of coupons, and then it was like magic. People became more willing to go out, which meant more opportunities to babysit, and things improved without really just a wonderful thing. And basically, so the solution to recessions is to have the babysitting coupon issuers, Alan Greenspan or Ben Bernanke or Jean-Claude Trichet, just put out more coupons, increase the money supply. And there are lots of other problems with an economy on which this doesn't bear, but this was the answer, and that was the essence of what you need to do, and it was pretty much all you needed to do.